a podcast about nothing.
Another point that he made in that podcast was that, which he did a really good job at doing, which I can tell was learning his wife.
Important.
And what she needed, and not just learning, understanding certain things about her, because he made it a point to state that they met when they were teenagers and they were pretty much having sex all the time. Once they moved in together, he quickly understood that women's bodies literally cannot handle doing this all the time, as often as I want to. And all the time to them was relative at the time. They were in college. It was when we could. But then you actually move into the same household. She's getting UTIs, yeast infections, all kind of stuff. And he actually took the time to get to know and understand that she changed. She was going to change. You know, maybe still in his frustrations, because I could tell, you know, like still in his frustrations throughout the episode. But I give him the benefit of the doubt of trying to understand and trying to, you know.
Yeah, this goes so much deeper. We actually are going to do an episode on healthy women parts, because I think, you know, we're not really, depending on who your parent is, but I'm just a little bit older. And
just a little bit.
It was taboo for your parents to teach you about your vagina and things that you should do with it. And what?
I'm about to say it's still taboo.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, like what type of wash you should use and how you should clean it. And okay, so you're sexually active now. What should you do after you have sex? What should you make your partner do? All those things we are not taught. And I think it's really important that we hone in on that, because I can have sex as much as I want to. It doesn't mean that it's always going to turn into a UTI or a yeast infection. Yeah. What it means is you need to go wash your dirty dick. And that's just what it is. I am getting a UTI or a yeast infection because I haven't been taught to pee after I have sex, or I'm not taught to, I need to go wash with maybe some type of feminine wash, or use some type of wipe afterwards.
Even water.
Or just water. Yeah, literally just water. Something. Or I'm not taught to make him wash before we have sex. I don't care if you took a shower that morning.
This morning.
Yeah, like there's so much bacteria that you collect throughout the day that when we have sex, it is going to be left inside of me. And again, conversation for another day, but I am married. Happily married.
Thank God.
And, you know, learn what you're allergic to. Like, you may be allergic to latex, to condoms.
You'll find that out quickly.
Yeah, you definitely will. Or, you know, maybe the birth control isn't sitting right. Maybe your feminine wash isn't sitting right with you. But it is a learning process.
I will say also, by the time women become sexually active and not just having sex once or twice, like really letting one of these little boys convince you that we should be doing this all the time, you should know more things about yourself. You have to learn a couple of things. You have to learn how to take care of yourself first and foremost. Very, very important. I think 2, you have to learn how to please yourself, which seems so taboo, but it's not. It's like, or else you're going to waste a lot of time.
A lot of time with a lot of different people. And
you sad?
You're searching for something that you could have figured out on your own by yourself.
No, that's the real.
In a dark room. Some batteries.
Stop, I'm moving the camera.
But in all seriousness, it's like, learn how to please yourself. Learn how to take care of yourself from a hygiene point of view. Like, I went through a lot of UTIs and same thing, yeast infections. And then when you sit down and you talk to someone who's actually knowledgeable and is willing to with you and not be ashamed or afraid. It's like, yo, what? You don't pee after you have sex, regardless if it's with a condom or
just pay
not.
attention in health class. I learned that in health class.
I didn't learn that. They didn't teach us that. It was like, no, don't have sex or you'll get herpes.
Yeah, it's like pregnancy. You're like, okay,
yeah.
You know what?
How to take care of yourself when you're on your cycle. And again, I think this is a whole nother topic.
But it's a conversation for another day.
It is so important. Like these pads on, it's like, oh, good for 12 hours. Bitch, no, not if you want to burn, itch, and have sores down there. Yeah. But no, seriously, like it's very important for women. Men don't have these issues.
Yeah.
They don't. I have a husband and 2 sons. Okay?
They don't have to worry about anything until after they deal with females.
Their worry is like, I didn't shake it enough and pee's running down my leg. Okay? I'm wet, mommy. I'm wet. You know? But yes, they don't have to worry about these things. And I think women, girls and women have to learn these things early. We get our periods anywhere between the ages of 9 and up.
Yeah.
So it's very important to learn. And again, no shade to my mom, because I don't think she was really ever taught this shit. You know what I mean? But
yeah, like I can't even blame, like I'm getting to a point where I can't really blame the generation before, because I saw a meme today, was growing up is realizing that your family all has mental problems. And I think that's true, you know? I'm just saying. Not necessarily, but it's like they're all dealing with something they couldn't talk about, they couldn't deal with, they can't discuss with you, they couldn't say, they're not trying to say, or they're sharing too much of, or because of their past or whatever the case may be. But I don't know anybody who is like taught about sex.
I can honestly say,
like not a one.
No, I can honestly say my sister-in-law Valerie.
Oh, she.
Yeah, she is. When I say she is on point, and she made sure that she schooled and educated all of us, her daughters, me, all that stuff. It's like
that's one in a whole family. Yeah,
but she didn't like shy away from it. Now, out of a whole family of women, she was the one who was like, "Oh yeah, no, do this. Oh, we need to talk about this." And and she didn't shy away from it, which Valerie, thank you. Appreciate you.
I remember your wedding day of her speaking to us about it.
Yeah, and she's
like,
so
wow.
Yeah, she's so upfront. She's so open and honest,
but not and it doesn't make you uncomfortable.
No,
I will say it's almost like this is normal,
right? Like, and she's so fun and open and honest, and she does it in like an educational way, but like, oh, you a freak, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at her like, oh, okay, like, okay, you a freak,
my brother,
right?
Okay, yeah.
But it makes you comfortable in learning about those things, as to where, like, you know, my mom kind of like shied away from it. Even myself, like, I joke with Jada now, but now I'm becoming more open and honest. Like, all right. Like, you getting up there in age, and it's eventually
like emotionals. You should discuss. Like, kids are going to discuss with their friends. I think that's one thing for parents to get over. Like, there are certain things, if you don't want to tell them, the friends are going to tell them,
and I'd be damned,
or they're going to have to learn on their own. And I think that should be your starting point for what you want to let them talk to their friends about what they feel about a certain person. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I like him.
But I don't need you learning anything from your friends, because they don't know shit.
Yeah, like, y'all looking just as stupid as the next one.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't need you to tell. I don't need you to try to teach your friends, and I don't need your friends to try to teach you. Like, I don't want y'all experimenting. I don't want any of that. Come to me. Like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Okay.
I'm glad you think it's gonna happen like that, and I really do hope it happens. Like that for you.
She's a different type of child. So
the fact that the environment is open for it to be like that is a great thing.
I also feel that if it is not me, it'll be one of you guys. It'll be you, it'll be Mo, it'll be something like that. Where, and it's happened?
No, I'm just saying that's gonna be funny.
I'm just saying, like, I don't even expect you guys to come back and tell me because, but I've
had a teenager come to me about sex before. And one thing I can honestly say, you're doomed, bruh. They've already done it. They just asking for if they did it right.
I just, I hope.
It's funny. Sorry.
And I hope that she goes to one of you guys, or her dad's girlfriend, Kia. Like, I have no, like, I pray that she goes to someone
experienced.
Yeah, and that will treat her kind, not as if she is doing something wrong. You know what I mean? Like, don't say, oh, you're not supposed to do that. Like, that's not what I want for her. I want them to lead her down the right path. And everybody,
I think kids, not even to call her a kid, I think people are smart enough to know who they can go to for certain reactions when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, but that is such a big, that's such a big thing.
I'm just saying, the fact that you even think that, that you're opening it, for it to be a conversation. I'm older than Jaden, but if it's anything worse than what we went through, she's probably not going to go to nobody. So you better just keep speaking out loud and put all the information out here.
Why wouldn't she go to somebody? I went to my mom.
Yeah, and you're older than her.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, it's a different, not saying it's a different time because you're not that much older than everybody.
Right.
But it's a different time. I like the discussion of it.
The discussion is all the same. The time doesn't make it different. It's just the moment.
Yeah, but the discussion beforehand.
Oh, before you actually do it.
Beforehand, I haven't heard that happen in a very long time. That's what I'm saying. But I don't hear a lot of women going to somebody being curious about it before it happens anymore. That's what I'm saying.
I just want her to know that it's okay for her to do that.
I'm sure she knows.
Yeah, because I say it all the time.
Do it up. Do it all.
Because it's just I think
it's not abnormal.
Right. And I think that parents are so fucking naive.
Yeah.
To think that, okay, they're going to wait till they're married. They're not going to touch anyone. No. Your kids are crackheads and they're having sex.
And the more you say no, the more they want to do it.
Exactly. I don't want that for my child. What I want is that, when you do, or when you're, I pray you, I'm thinking about this, or, hey, I did this. It's you come so that you can get schooled on what it's supposed to be, or how to protect yourself,
or what's not abnormal to feel and stuff.
Right.
Because that's really what I feel like I needed clarity on losing my virginity.
When you say, hey,
this feels crazy.
Yeah, okay, this is cool, but hey, I'm not good. Hey, can you stop? Can you stop? That's also okay.
Yeah.
All those little things.
Another thing too to preach to girls is that not to find somebody that is like you, but stop thinking these people a couple years older than you are experienced, because they're not. Been there, done that. It's a horrible experience.
They know nothing.
I'm just saying, just because you're 16 and they're 19 and he's older. He's just as weak as your 14-year-old friend. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But anyway.
Definitely find, yes, someone, yeah.
To talk to.
Someone to talk to, someone that's close to you. It's nothing to be afraid of. It actually really is a beautiful thing if you allow it to be.
And also, you should be comfortable. I think that's the main feeling that people should push for when it's time.
If at any point you are uncomfortable, that is okay to say, yeah, nah, not right now. I ain't feeling it.
Yeah.
What?
I was about to say, because I'm the queen of getting on. So, hey.
Getting on what?
No, I'm saying, like, if I don't feel something, leaving.
Oh, yeah. But you know that before you actually... Don't ever second guess your feelings.
Oh, yeah. Everything you feel is correct.
Why?
I think they're trying to sabotage us, but it's cool.